In this video, I would like to discuss about important concepts in random variables and stochastic process, especially in the examination point of view. What are the concepts you need to concentrate more? So, unit by unit and topic by topic, I would like to mention clearly. So, in the first unit, so when you take the random variables concept, so basically, when you start reading random variables and stochastic process, you should start from random variable definition. So if you know the definition of the random variable, then you can take different types of random variables, and after that you may go for different density function and distribution functions. So out of these distribution and density functions, all these functions are very important. So if you observe the syllabus, all are mentioned. So whenever you consider in the examination point of view, there is no specific important one and there is no specific unimportant density function or distribution function. That means here you must concentrate more on all the distribution and density function, but out of all these Rayleigh distribution function, Poisson distribution function, uniform distribution function, you may get more questions in the examination from these two concepts. And conditional distribution and conditional density function, you may get properties in the examination point of view. And the other one is, and the next one is second unit, which is operations on the one random variable. So you may consider this as unit 2. So in this unit 2, you have the first operation is expected value or the average value, or simply it is mean value of the random variable. So if you know the definition of the mean value, then you may go for moment about the origin, moment about the central, or simply central moment, and based on the moment about the origin and central moment, you may define variance and skew value. So these are very important to solve 2 marks question or definition point of view, or you may get 7 marks problem. Okay, and Chebyshev inequality function is also very important in the examination point of view. And after that, characteristic function, this is characteristic function, and moment generating function, both are almost in the derivation point of view same, but the functionality is different. So we need to practice some problems and properties of the characteristic function, properties of the moment generating function. If you practice characteristic function, then you can understand moment generating function, and you can do same procedure for moment generating function also. Okay, and in the transformation of a random variable, you may get one question from monotonic or non-monotonic random variable. So a compulsory question from this topic, and you may get out of these two, you may get one question, Chebyshev inequality or characteristic function or moment generating function. And unit 3, so multiple random variables. So multiple random variables means in the second unit and in the first unit, you may have single random variable. If you define probability density function as fx of x, here we are going to define multiple random variable, but multiple means you may take x1, x2, x3, so on, xn. But for simplification purpose, you are taking only x1, x2, 2 random variables, or y1, y2. You can define only 2 random variables. So I can write one density function as x1, x2 of x1 comma x2. If it is a distribution function, you can write this is x1, x2, x1 comma x2, like this. You can define probability distribution function or probability density function. And whatever the topics you are going to concentrate on first unit, second unit, are again applied here. So distribution function, here it is named as joint distribution function, and properties also same, but you should have to take 2 or multiple number of random variables. And marginal distribution function, this is derived from this joint distribution functions, very simple one. And conditional distribution function is also derived from joint distribution and density functions, also very simple. And statistical independence, it is one new term you are going to get, and you may get statistical independent based questions, uh, full 7 marks question, or you may get 2 marks question as a simple definition. The very important topic in this unit is central limit theorem, very important, and in most of the cases you are going to get a derivation part of the central limit theorem for unequal distribution conditions in the examination point of view. And take the unit 4, so which is operations on multiple random variables. The topics what you are going to practice in the second unit are repeated here. So joint moments about the origin, central moments about a joint characteristic function, jointly Gaussian random variable, okay, and in this 2 random variable case is very important, and transformation of multiple random variables. So you need to concentrate more on the problems here, so you may get the problem here, okay. And joint central moment is also very important topic, and in the next unit 5, so random process or temporal characteristics, and here we are going to define the random variable with respect to time, so which is defined as random process, okay, and need to take classifications of random process, all the definitions. You may get the question for 2 marks or 4 marks, and based on this random process you need to define distribution function and density function. But the very important concepts from this unit you need to concentrate more, and damn sure topics in the examination point are concept of stationary and statistical independence. What do you mean by stationary process, random process? What are different types of stationary process, and what is statistical independency, and when random process is going to be defined as statistically independent, all the definitions we need to know, and what is time average, and what is ergodic theorem, and the comparison between expected value and time average we need to take. After that, based on these time average and ergodicities, you may go for autocorrelation function and its properties, and cross correlation function and its properties. These 4 concepts are very important and very easy concepts. You can apply practical concepts also to understand this. And based on this cross correlation function, you may go for covariance function, very simple one. So after this, Gaussian random process and Poisson random process are there, but in this unit you need to concentrate more on these 4 concepts, and you need to practice more problems also. And this one, so in this random process spectral characteristics, so there are only 4 concepts. The 4 concepts are very important in the examination point of view. The first one is power spectrum and its properties, and second one is the relation between power spectrum and autocorrelation function, cross correlation function, cross power density spectrum and properties, and relation between the two. So these 4 concepts are very important, and you may get derivations in the examination, at the same time simple problems also. So you need to prepare all, okay. So you may get damn sure questions. And the last unit, linear systems with random inputs. So this is divided into 3 parts. One is random signal response for linear system, and the other one is spectral characteristic of system response and modeling of noise. So here almost the first two, random signal response of linear system and spectral characteristics of the system response, are recollected from signals and systems. Okay, if signal systems completed, you need to recollect the concepts. If it is not completed in your previous semesters, you need to prepare. If it is not covered in the previous semesters, you need to prepare, and you need to concentrate more from BP Lati. And noise is very important concept in this subject. So modeling of noise sources, what are different sources and what are different types of noises, and how to calculate noise figure for multi-stage conditions. All the concepts need to concentrate more and more. Okay, you may get questions from noise only. Maximum you may get question from noise from this unit. Okay, so these are the important concepts need to concentrate more for the examination. Thank you for watching.